Look at me and tell me what you see. I look at you and tell you what I feel. Look at me and tell me what you see. I look at you and tell you what I feel.
What's up, everybody? Emperor John Kill 3D Gaming here, and welcome to my brief review of the Book of Boba Fett. Now, I've watched the season 2 times already, because unlike most channels we've seen review them, all the lies of the Fandom Menace channels, this is probably one of the only few honest reviews you'll get on the Book of Boba Fett. Now, how does the Book of Boba Fett stand? Because the one thing that's it being compared to is The Mandalorian. And that's a big no-no. Look at it as its own show. The Book of Boba Fett does the one thing that people did not think it was needed for Boba Fett, but it was needed for Boba Fett, and it gave Boba Fett character development. Because the problem with when Boba Fett was first introduced, he was just a stone-cold Terminator bounty hunter. That's really what he was. The expanded universe, old EU, gave Boba Fett at least somewhat of a personality, but here around, Boba Fett gets the treatment that the clone troopers from the Clone Wars got. Actual character development. You actually care about Boba this time around. You see that now he is no longer the heartless bastard that he used to be. A lot of people say, oh, that makes him weak, that makes him a beta cuck, the checkpoints that anything the Fandom Menace says, which is a lie. Boba Fett here is completely, he rebuilds himself. Boba Fett rebuilds who he is. And by taking over Jabba's crime syndicate, he's trying to do things the right way with respect. He's trying to bring basically a golden age on Tatooine. That's just what you would assume. And with character tie-ins from Mandalorian, from the Clone Wars, this show was already touted to be kind of like Mandalorian Season 2.5, but just like a spin-off with Boba Fett, which is fine. That's all it needed to be. But it just shows that Boba Fett on his own can carry a show. Even though he wasn't in it for a couple episodes, Boba Fett has a brighter future as the rest of the Star Wars characters. Each of the episodes were great in their own way despite some flaws. And don't get me wrong, some of the episodes have flaws, but whatever flaws they made, the next episode quickly fixed and quickly turned it around. That's just the one thing that nobody seems to understand or get. And of course, putting out misinformation saying that the actors and the showrunners hated the show. Of course, again, another checkbox that these people have to do in order to grift. But the good thing is with me, guys, you'll never get that. I have integrity, and the integrity enough to review the show with an honest look. I at least gave the show 2 viewings. Like, the season is not that long to watch, about 7 episodes. So think about it. You can get through it and understand it very quickly. There's people saying, oh, they can't get into it, because the problem is people want an overpowered NPC video game character like old Boba Fett. That was boring. Old Boba Fett fit for the time he was introduced. Boba Fett now is showing growth. He's showing growth as a character, because despite him being a clone, Boba Fett, like the other clones like Captain Rex, Gregor, all the ones we also seen surviving in Rebels, and even the clone characters from the Bad Batch, these characters have hearts. These characters have souls. These characters are people with their own personalities if given time to develop. Boba Fett is a person of honor, where Jango Fett may have gotten less honorable in his later days of bounty hunting. The early variations and early years of his father, Jango, from both the EU and what he's been explored in a little bit in the current canon, Boba Fett is basically to become a better version of his father, Jango Fett. And yes, his father. People are going to say, well, he's just a clone. You can't call him his father. Jango asked for an unaltered clone to be his son. So yes, his son is becoming a better character than his and it's, you can have the same actor, Tamara Morrison, who of course played Django, of course he plays the clones, but he does a good job with more so Boba as well, because this is basically could be the final character he plays in Star Wars, Boba Fett. And you know what? Whatever future Boba Fett has in store, it's something to look forward to. He's an interesting character, and I think it's now much more interesting to see that Boba Fett changed himself. From a stone cold guy working for the Empire for money and for payback on Han Solo, now actually showing respect and honor, and actually has more character development than what people give him credit for. So, if I was to review the book of a score of the Book of Boba Fett, I'd still give it a 7.5. It's a good show with ups and downs, but these ups and downs are quickly remedied. This has been my review for the Book of Boba Fett. Be sure to like, subscribe, favorite. This is Emperor John Kill 3D, and I'll check you out next time.